Hello and welcome to today's edition of Daf Yomi. I'm using the Steinsaltz edition of the Talmud, menachot Daf 78 Amud B. So, just to give a quick overview, key points of the Daf. This Daf is going to talk about the laws of the that accompany the Korban Todah, the Thanksgiving offering, and other meal offerings. The Gemara here, continuing from the previous daf, grapples with various scenarios concerning the validity and sanctification of these accompanying loads when the primary sacrifice itself encounters an issue. The daf opened the discussion regarding Rabbi Meir's opinion concerning the loaves accompanying the Korban Todah. The Mishnah on 78b presents Rabbi Meir's view that if the animal sacrificed for the Todah was invalid before its slaughter, for example, if it was a turefa, which is the animal with a terminal defect, will die in 12 months, then the accompanying loaves do not become sanctified. The Gemara then explores the sort of nuances of this principle. A central debate emerges concerning a case where the animal sacrifice has a mum, a permanent blemish. Rabbi Eliezer holds that even if the animal has a mum, the loaves do become sanctified, while Rabbi Yeshua argues they do not. The Gemara, with its characteristic probing, seeks to understand the underlying logic of Rabbi Eliezer's position. Rashi, in a succinct and brilliant style, helps us grasp the subtle distinctions between a turefa, which is fundamentally unsuited for an offering, and a mum, which can be redeemed, indicating a different level of invalidation. Tosfot, always challenging and expanding, delves into the deeper implication of whether the loaf sanctity is solely dependent on the animal's fitness for offering, or if the designation for the Todah grants them a certain independent sanctity. We then encounter a practical scenario. If one designates an animal as a Todah and also designates loaves to accompany it, what happens if either animal or the loaves are misplaced? Rabbi Abba teaches that if the loaves are misplaced, they must be replaced. But if the animal is misplaced, one does not bring another animal. This highlights a unique relationship between a Todah and its loaves and the different legal implications based on what is lost. As the Fast Emes briefly explains that the language used at the time of sanctification plays a crucial role, whether loaves are tied inextricably to the specific animal or merely designated to accompany a Todah. The Daf further examines the precise measurements of loaves, referencing the different standards of seah measure used in the wilderness and in Jerusalem, and how this impacts the quantity of flour required for the various types of meal offerings, such as those of a Nazarite. The Gemara's meticulous attention to these details underscores the sacredness and accuracy of all matters pertaining to the temple service. So let's dive straight in. So the first Mishnah, Hashochet is a Torah lifnim,